Hello everybody! Look who's back! Me! I should probably edit that because that's a lot lamer than I wanted it to be. Anyway, I'm back. So yes, I've been absent. In the last video, my Spank Tank promotion, I said I was going to be at the shore for a week, and that's where I was. It was a family reunion. So I have 20 cousins on my mom's side of the family, but I don't have any on my dad's. Bunch of aunts and uncles, but no cousins. But anyway, my whole mom's side of the family got together at Ocean City, New Jersey, and we went all over. No, wait a minute. We were at Ocean City, Maryland, and Bethany, Delaware. We were at the beach. Doesn't really matter where, but somewhere. So that's where I've been for the last week. And, yeah, I got a couple tattoos while I was there. Not, of the permanent type, but, just hennas. This is one of them. I have one on my shoulder, but I'm not going to take my shirt off. Just a couple fun things. And their henna tattoos wear off in like a week. They're just kind of fun. You can, like, draw on your skin and take a shower and be unaffected. So, that's where I've been for the last week. But, now that I'm back, the workshop is a mess because, the last thing I went to was Apocalypse! Which, we actually made a video Friday, APOC week day 5, but I didn't get to bed till like midnight, and if I wanted to, download, edit, export, and then upload a YouTube video, it would have been like at least 2 hours for the file size. But it was really cool. Coop was here, and K&D Operative, as is his YouTube, but otherwise known as Ace everywhere else, came over, and you've seen him in my videos previously, and we just made a bunch of stuff, which was cool, including an Octoshot. And we'll go over that later. Now that I'm back, I've got about 5 or 6 projects to go over. The first of which is going to be my Octoshot, but again, we'll talk about that later. The second one is a commission from one of my friends, I guess you could say. I met him at a war. His forum name is Clowny, and he gave me this to toy with. This is an old vintage Nerf blaster called the Ballzooka, and essentially it's a grenade launcher. So what you do is you load... each chamber takes up to 3 ballistic balls, and then you pull back to rotate, and you push forward to fire. Unfortunately, the current ballistic ball line does not fit in these barrels. They're too large, and yes, I'm sure a lot of you are going to be laughing when I'm going through that explanation, but please try to be mature adults and control yourself. So anyway, this works off back pressure, which means it only fires as fast as you push forward because there's no spring. And what Clowny's idea is screw that! He wants me to take the turret off, put a multi-CPVC barrels in each turret. I'm thinking from the size of it, maybe even 4 barrels, but probably 3. And you know, do goop around him so it seals correctly. And then get like this air tank and put it here, and make this the advancement, but also the pump for the air tank. And I don't know, I haven't looked inside yet, so I don't really know what's going on, but the idea is that'll pump it, then I'll have it's going to be a back pressure tank, and I'll have a trigger here, or if it's a normal pressure tank, I'll have a wire that's like hooked in here somehow, and a trigger pull. So he basically wants a rotating air shotgun. So that's going to be a fun project. And he also gave me this to strip for the air tank if I so need. This is a Iron Man Super Soaker. Very, very powerful air tanks, and it's like the Flash Flood for those of you that are familiar with Super Soakers, where you can pull the trigger, which will release water slowly, or you can pull this top thing, which will release water incredibly quickly. So this is a ball valve, and this is a dump valve. So we want the dump valve. Nerfers that have used this have advertised ranges of up to, like, that's really cool, up to like 130 to 140 feet flat. So I'm thinking multi-barrel, probably get 70 feet, no problem. So that's going to be a fun project. Another project is this, which you guys, I believe we've, oh, there they are, okay. I was like, wait a minute, all the internals are gone. This is the joint stampede project that Coop and I are working on. I guess I might as well tell you a little bit about this now. Whereas this is the works. You cannot, this is the works. So we've cut slots, well Coop mimicked these slots back here. We're going to put polycarb behind both those and light them up with LEDs, as well as the grate in here, and then on the other side where it's a clear bar is all going to be lit up, so we have LED placements for it. This is going to be minimized. It's going to be cut here and here, but all the yellow is going to be showing. I already mounted all the internals. We have a couple other things planned, and the cool part is I'm going to paint one side, then I'm going to ship it to Coop. Then he's going to paint one side, and then he's responsible for painting that side and doing the LEDs, whereas I was responsible for painting this side and doing the internals. So, division of labor. We're going to use the same paint scheme on each side, but we have very different painting styles. So, you'll look at it, and it will be the same, but it'll also be very different. Think about that. Also, we're removing this Nerf symbol on each side, and on the side I paint, I'm going to do ice. And on the side he paints, he's going to do Coop 772. Now, a lot of people ask me this. That sign says Yoon13. My username on YouTube is Yoon13. Every other Nerfer knows me as Ice. People that don't know me from YouTube think and call me Ice, because that's what I prefer to be called, because everybody thinks that's Uni or UIN. No, it's, well, it is, it's less complicated if it's Ice. This UIN originally didn't mean anything, but over the years, it kind of pissed me off that it didn't mean anything because it was just a stupid name. I'm really rambling, but you're gonna listen to me because I haven't been here in a whole week, so I'm gonna ramble for the whole past week that I missed. That UIN stands for United Identification Number. My number is 13. At the time, 13 was my favorite number. So this is gonna say Ice, not Yoon13. So that's that. And then Coop's side is going to say Coop. Anyway, other projects. Well, the first project that dates all other projects is cleaning this place the hell up because it's really messy. I think you guys saw this. This is the Banff rifle. No, I know you guys saw this. It's the hand cannon that's just got crap freaking all over it, and these sides don't want to go together at the moment. But this is it's done. I just have to paint it. So that's that. It's hoppered. I hate hoppers so much, but it's hoppered. Next project. This is going to be one for the books. What do you do with a Stormfire that I haven't already done? I know I've talked about this. Angels, the Eyes of Fire. I'm going to be... Now, I wanted to do this while Coop was here. Didn't have the time, but I got done this, which is awesome, which you guys saw, which I'm just super happy with. So I'm going to work on this now. The Eyes of Ice. 2 stampedes. They're going to be side by side, similar to the Eyes of Fire. And the I'm not sure about how I want to do the grip yet. I'm toying with 2 ideas. For those of you guys that remember this, I'm going to take my beads off. This was the arm-mounted Stormfire, and you've got the thing down here. Spray and pray. This is really cool. I really like this. So what I'm thinking about is adopting the same grip for this, but instead of having one, having 2 side by side around this grip. The other idea is having them right side up, and having the other one right here, both wired to this. Now I'd cut the other one about here, so I'd keep the handle on this side just for stability. I wouldn't put it in between the 2. But my concern there is it's going to be kind of heavy. So I'm still toying with ideas, and another idea is to just go full out ridiculously stupid, make a sling that I put on, and just like, yeah, you can see why I'm not going to do that one. But I'm toying with ideas on how to do this. It's going to be really cool when it's done. It's going to run off the same, it's all going to be one circuit, so I pull one trigger, both blasters fire, which is pretty cool. The other idea is a Manta, sideways, which might be cool, and I'll put the handles up here and then relocate the battery somewhere else and create an arm brace like that. But that's, again, you're getting into mobility issues. I'm not really sure yet, but sometime in the future, like in 2 months, I'm hoping I get this done in 2 months. Definitely before the end of the year. You'll see that again. The Eyes of Ice is what that's codenamed. And the other one fire is down here. Other projects. Let's go over the Octoshot. I worked on the Octoshot. The turret, I bought the turret for it, which is from a different blaster, and you got to chop the turret in the back, and you got to cut off the barrels and make it so it fits well, so it doesn't wiggle in the shell, and it's really a precise cut. And I screwed it up. I cut it too short because I was thinking when the spacer puts in, it's going to move this way. But I was wrong. When the spacer puts in, it moves that way, which means I cut too much. So it was wiggling and it was all screwed up. And put it in the parts bin. And I re-looked at it Friday night, the day before APOC, and Coop actually suggested just put a spacer behind it, which worked fantastically. So I put a polycarbonate spacer, and then the turret lined up after that. So here's the gears of the turret, and then there's the face of the turret, and then the barrels go this way. So the spacer just keeps it from wiggling all around because it's up tight against it. And then it fits in properly with the grooves of the shell. Now that was the best primary ever for me. It hit about 90 flat with slugs, 8 shots, Springer. You can get off all 8 shots in about 4 seconds. It was smooth. It was perfect. And all good things have to come to an end, don't they? I used it for the first 2 rounds of APOC. Flawless. Amazing. I'm a rusher when I nerf, so I rarely shoot past 80 feet. And the darts just go really fast in that thing because the plunger's huge. And I was just getting people left and right. It fits me. It suits me very well. And 3rd round, we're doing a U3 objective. And it's kind of like capture the flag, but instead of a flag, you have a bunch of, again, keep your maturity, please, a bunch of balls, colorful balls in the middle of the arena that you have to bring back to your bucket, and whoever has more at the end wins. So it's an objective-based game. And there were tarps, and I was hiding behind a tarp, and some kid flies, and this is about halfway in, so about 10 minutes into the round, and it was working great. Some kid flies in, so if I'm crouched down here, and there's this tarp, and this kid comes around at this angle, is slipping, grabs, tries to catch himself, grabs my barrels, and just face palms them into the ground. And I'm still holding on to the Octoshot, and the barrels just straight off the front. I was not happy. The kid was very, very apologetic. I don't blame you whatsoever because, again, he didn't see me, I didn't see him. I was coming out, he was going in. Very misfortunate. And I don't blame you at all if you're watching this. Not your fault, not my fault, just an accident. So that was out for the rest of the day. And admittedly, I was very pissed. Not at him, but I was pissed that, it happened, and I let it ruin my day, really. Which is sad, because it's a plastic toy. So I sat out a few rounds, and then Buff Daddy loaned me a blaster, and, then I was happy again, but I was still, not super happy. But anyway, I've been thinking about this all yesterday while I was at the beach, thinking about what I can do to repair it, because the same thing's just going to happen again. There's no real structural damage. The problem is the plastic is weak. So if this is the garter, the turret's back here, the garter just opens because the plastic's weak. Now, there's two solutions. You just go to hell on it and use epoxy putty around the entire garter. And I'm sure that's not proper terminology, but that's what I'm going to call it. Because I don't know the proper terminology. And maybe that'll hold. But the other thing I was thinking about is the same thing I did for the Gatling Vulcan. Have that bar that comes under and then supports the turret. Because that way, that's going to take the stress. So if anything breaks, that bar connection on the underside would break. But if I screw it in, problem solved. There's no damage to the blaster. It's just the turret popped out, and then that polycarb spacer popped out as well. And I kept trying to glue. I lost the spacer somewhere in the field, and I kept trying to glue part of my Nerf. I cut up part of my Nerf ammo box and tried to glue it in because it was the perfect size, but it wouldn't stick on the field. And after a while, the residue built up, and then super glue doesn't stick to super glue residue. Recipe for disaster. Bad idea. Unfixable on the field. Very easily fixed at home. So I'm going to show you what it's like right now, and check. Oh, cool, 16-minute video. You guys are so lucky. So here's the turret. It's perfectly intact. At one point, the gears actually came disconnected from the back spacer here, but I fixed it. That I could fix with super glue on the field. These are uneven. Yes, I'm aware. I'm going to be grinding them down with the belt sander so they're all flush. That's the ticket, though. That center in the hole is perfect. So I'm going to, that should fit half-inch PVC pretty well. And that's what I'm going to make the bar from, and it's just going to go under the turret. Now this in the back is epoxy putty. If you watch Make It Go's tutorial on how to make an Octoshot, which I'll put in a link in the description, you'll see he uses folder paper. I couldn't get folder paper to stick to this, so this works just as well, if not better, because it won't chip, and it's sanded super flush. And yeah, the barrels are beveled for easy loading, but I'll probably even bevel them a little more. Anyway, that's that. The shell is painted in the same scheme as my Titan long shot thing, and yeah, it's chipping because I painted it Friday and didn't give time the 3 days that I normally do for the clear coat to dry, but it's all good now. Can't scratch it. So, yeah, you can see where I'm starting to do some epoxy putty work on this. Yep. So that's what that's like. And the other shell's in here, the rest of the internals are in here, in places. So, yeah. That's going to be the first project I work on, and then if I'm lucky, I might even get to that tonight. But here you go. This place is a mess. Mostly my fault, because I didn't clean up before the trip, and of course it's going to get messy the night before APOC, because we've got so much crap to do, and we got it all done, is the good news, but that's the result. Anyway, I think I've been rambling for a little too long, and if I run out of things to talk about, I'm just going to look here like, and then I'll have to edit this, which means it's going to take like another hour, and probably longer. Whereas, if I direct upload from my phone, it's quick, and it's in HD. Why am I not using the flip? The flip is still packed in my China bag, I think. I don't know where the flip is. And, I don't know where the flip is. That's so bad. Anyway, this is the original Octoshot turret, and all the gears came off the back in a horrific accident. Not sure if I showed you that. So that's cool. Those are acrylic barrels, but I decided not to use those again because I heard they can shatter in the cold, and I'd rather not. I'd rather not have that happen. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go before I say anything stupid in my delusional state at the moment. Bye!